After being a lifelong traveler and traveling expensively over the past 20 years, there are quite a few things that I actually don't pack in my suitcase anymore. Some may be surprising, some maybe less so, some just show that there's a change in the times. So let's get started with the first thing that comes to mind. First thing that comes to mind that I no longer pack anymore is liquid detergent for laundry. Yes, you do have to do laundry when you're overseas. And yes, I did say have to. This was a short trip. There's going to come a point in time where you need to do laundry in your accommodation or go find a laundromat. And back in the day, the easiest way to take laundry detergent with you, so it was convenient and you didn't have to find it or purchase the powder that they sell either like the hostel or the laundromat, was little packets that are about yay big of detergent. And actually, now that I say little packets, I can go back a step further. My first international trip in 2005, it was the international overseas trip, and our helper is here in Con. Of that being said, I remember packing liquid detergent in a refillable bottle that I had purchased, and that went in my bag, and it was a check bag, and that was 2005. Then after that, it was a small detergent bottle about yay big that you could buy at the store. So I didn't use do the reusable bottle anymore, and that went in the check bag. Then came out the little packets about this big, and those were great because you could put them in your liquids and go back to carry on only. And now I don't take liquid detergent anymore because I use strips. They're detergent strips. They're dry detergent, and I just pack a handful of those in a little, like, not even a quart size, little like snack size sandwich bag. And I pop those actually in my toiletry kit. They're super easy. They're super convenient. You don't have to worry about having another liquid. You don't have to worry about a liquid spilling. They're wonderful. So change in times and something that I don't carry in my bag anymore. Next thing or items that I don't carry anymore, if I can help it, are things that I know I can purchase at my destination. So a lot of times, anything that I know I can pick up when I arrive, either quickly at the airport or a little corner store, I leave them at home. That doesn't work for every destination. Sometimes you go to a destination that it's not as simple to be able to just run to the store and find the things you need, whether that's toothpaste, shampoo, a body wash, toothbrushes. I do bring a toothbrush, but I'm just thinking of like the simple toiletry kind of style items that maybe it's just easier to not take those in your liquids bag. Maybe you're gone for 2, 3 weeks and you know that you'll use the whole item while you're overseas and you don't have to bring it back. So you're not worrying about waste or anything like that. And I do that a lot. I know some people right now are saying, well, I really like my shampoo, or I can't change my shampoo and because my hair, and that's totally fine. It doesn't work for everybody. It does work for me. Um, I just think it's easy. I don't have hair that's particular about what shampoo it uses. But just using that as an example. So if it's easy for me to pick something up overseas, I do that. Um, there may be a little bit of a cost difference if that's something you're worried about. Sometimes there's not. Depends on the exchange rate. Some people think it's just inconvenient because I like to have all that stuff with them in case something goes wrong. Um, Lots of reasons why maybe you wouldn't want to, but in my experience, it's just an easy thing for me to do. Let's see if our little helper jumps up. I'm getting just there she is. If you haven't been here before, this is meant she's my little tabby, and she jumps in and out of videos. So you'll see her here a lot, and I know you're really here for her and not me, but that's okay. Um, Give me one second. She's chewing on my bag. Hey, thank you. Um, that being said, it's other things that I no longer pack in my suitcase. A lot of clothes, actually. And I'm not saying that is because I've gone down to like more minimalist packing strategy for things that I only need, which I highly suggest if you're gonna be gone even for a couple weeks. Remember, you can do laundry and you know what's detergent to bring now, so you don't need all the clothes. But there are a lot of clothes anymore that I just don't bring. I don't bring I really never have, or very seldom have brought my fancy dress clothes or fancy dress shoes. They're things that I use so seldomly that it's not worth toting them around in my bag for a couple weeks for the one night. And I find it's much easier to purchase items that are versatile, that I can dress up and dress down. Shoes, you may or may not have heard this one before, but if you buy or choose to bring fancy shoes with you overseas, especially in Europe, there's really no point in wearing heels, for example, because you're going to go be on cobblestone streets and a bunch of different surfaces. And it eats up your shoe. It potentially can cause injury. You're going to want to take them off. And so it doesn't make sense. I recommend a shoe that you can dress up and down, like a flat shoe, maybe. And so she's still, I wish she would come up and lay down here. If you haven't been here before, I don't edit, I don't cut stuff out. This is me choosing a topic and talking, and so you get kind of the raw footage of it. But let's see, is she gonna lay down like I asked her to? You don't fall off. Um, she's so funny. Couldn't do without her. That being said, there's also a lot of stuff that I don't pack, even tech-wise anymore, which sounds silly, and everybody has their different preferences or different hobbies. But when it comes to the technology that I carry, I try to keep it minimal, and I try to decide before I leave what I am going to use. A much more intentional approach to it. So a lot of times I just travel with my phone camera. Depending on the trip, I don't bring my physical digital camera and lenses and batteries and all of that. Sometimes it can turn into a little bit more of a nightmare than it's worth. I also don't bring as many cords when it comes to tech anymore. I bring maybe one or two depending on my needs. These days it's really nice because things are standardized, so you don't need to have a cord for everything. You can bring your iPhone cord and it's going to also charge your GoPro or your Insta360 or whatever other tech device you may or may not have brought with you. Tech can take up so much space, so much weight, and depending on where you're traveling, sometimes security doesn't like it or secondary security doesn't like it. I've been in situations where they tried to take my camera batteries, which were perfectly acceptable to go on the plane. And that's another thing in today's world of lithium ion batteries. They like to have incidents periodically on aircraft, so there's more eyes on that. So I always try to par down my tech to just what I'm going to use, keep it simple, keep my bag lighter. It's less to juggle. On the flip side, if that is something that you're totally into and it's your favorite thing ever and you want to have the best content and pictures at home and videos and to share with people or print and put on your wall, by all means, go ahead and do it. These are just suggestions for things that I do, and they're not going to work for everyone. And I'm so sorry. I'm distracted. I actually have two kitties, and they're currently being very distracting to me, just not helping my train of thought. Um, Other things that I don't pack anymore, probably because they're just outdated items. I don't pack a physical converter anymore, travel adapter, which sometimes they still call a travel converter, but you no longer need converters. It's a great thing. It saves weight and spacing in your bag. It's amazing that I don't have to do that anymore. I don't miss those days. Things I don't pack on the same vein of thought, a lot of different cords and cables. It's been such a wonderful change now to be able to charge devices on much simpler cords or more universal cords. Gosh, what other small things do I not really pack anymore? Trying to let me think. I probably should have made a better list, but I didn't. But I'm hoping that was kind of fun, kind of helpful. Maybe not my best video. I'm so sorry. Got a little distracted by the kitties. But that being said, I hope it's helpful. If you have questions or anything comes to mind you want to ask, drop it in the comments. And I'm always happy to talk travel. And so looking forward to continuing on with the channel. And we'll catch you on the next one.